think I've done this before, but as I started to prepare for this speech, and this is the Icebreaker speech for the dynamic speaking pathways. And as I started to research this, I thought about this same time, this same icebreaker, almost 20 years ago. I think it was 1818. No, that's an insight. And I thought, all those feelings that I had about the nervousness of public speaking. A couple questions for you first. How many of you are familiar with arachnophobia? Arachnophobia, what is that? Fear of spiders? Oh my gosh! People are so afraid of spiders. And then what about this one? Thatanophobia. It's the fear of death. The fear of death. These are all scary things. It's all part of the human nature to be afraid of spiders and death. But you know what the scariest one? 3 out of 4 people are afraid of glossophobia. Glossophobia, that's kind of where you were hitting, Mr. Shue. Glossophobia. 3 out of 4 people in the nation would rather, well, let me put it like Jerry Seinfeld puts it. If you're at a funeral, most of the people in that audience would rather be in the box than they would giving the eulogy. Well, I struggled with this for years and years and years. Let me tell you my story, how I dealt, and I still am dealing with glossophobia. Say it was almost 20 years ago. I was asked to present downtown Marriott, Atlanta, Georgia, to 600 people. That was my very first speaking assignment. Can you imagine the fear? I remember walking up to the lectern, and I looked across that sea of people. That's about what it sounded like. I really don't remember one word that I said to 600 people. My mouth was dry. My hands were shaking. I used to ride bulls for a living. This was scarier than getting on old banana horns. I was completely terrified. I was so afraid. And this went on for a long time in my professional career. I was in sales. I was in management. I was required to speak to large groups of people. Starting in about December to January, February, and March, I was on the road constantly, back east, out on the West Coast, giving seminars, giving workshops, giving short speeches. And every time I would leave the airport in December, I was physically sick the entire time I was on the road. And I remember landing in LAX in March, and thinking, thank God that's over. It's over, thank God, thank God. Well, that went on for years. Every year, it was that same crappy, nasty feeling of glossophobia. Then one night, this is about 15 years ago, as is my habit, I have a little pad next to my bed, and I have a pen. So when I get one of these great, brilliant ideas or a thought, woohoo, 2 o'clock, Frank writes it down. Well, this particular night, I'll never forget it. I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Girls Gone Wild was on the television set. I have no idea how that got there. But there was this little crawler coming across there, and it said, "The Habra Toastmasters meets Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Be there." Where did that little crawler come from at 2 o'clock in the morning with Girls Gone Wild? I got to do this. I stepped into Toastmasters, and it was a very small, kind of a disorganized group. And to do my icebreaker, the glossophobia had a hold of me. I was so sure of myself that I took a dictionary and I put this cover on it. It said my life story, and I wrote all my little crib notes on there so that nobody could see them, right? So I'm parading around like a Baptist preacher with all my notes like this, my life story, my life story. And I remember when I got done, I thought I'd fooled the entire crowd, and the guy that evaluated me said, "Frank, don't have to have notes. You're already good enough. Go to work and make something out of this. That was just a kick in the butt that I needed. That stage of my life, I worked at the craft, I practiced, I prepared, I did everything I possibly could to be an okay speaker. That was a period of my life where I was basically taking everything from Toastmasters. I'm not really giving anything back. And as I thought about this, now where I am in this stage of my life, I feel like I'm more of a giver, putting things back into clubs, what we do at the prison, what we do at the Haven House, what we do with the young people, the skills that I've learned. Peter, I thought about you when I put this presentation together because you're a young speaker. If I had recommendations to young speakers, number one, get yourself a mentor. Get you somebody that will put their arm around you and say, I'm going to help you get through this. If I'd had somebody to guide me and to steer me all these years, it would have made a lot shorter distance. I would recommend that we video every presentation we do. I don't care if it's table topic or it's an evaluation. You are probably the best evaluator of yourself. And I would think that at this point in time, and you study and you prepare and you work at this craft called public speaking, that when it comes that time to when you're able to give back to others the skill that you've learned, you know that you've possibly arrived. And one other thing, Peter, have fun. Have fun at this public speaking. Thank you.